Hey guys, this is Leathercraft 209. I just wanted to post a quick video review, kind of a project update. And it's actually two separate projects that came to me at the same time, and I kind of worked on them together. So I figured I'd post a video with them together, and really they're pretty similar. So I'll go over this one really quick. Well, I'll go over both. This is my custom-made watch cuff bracelet, watch band, I guess you would call it. I guess I don't have an official name for it, but it's a cuff watch band basically. And this is a custom order where I provided the watch. The customer wanted this specific watch. I'll kind of go over that in just a second. And this is a custom order where the customer already has a watch that they wanted made for that they wanted a band made for it. So I'll go over this briefly, but basically they're the same design, same basic color, same attachments, same buckle. But let me go over this one really quick and explain a couple things that kind of relate, but more specific about the Swiss Army, and then I'll get to the bracelet part. This is a vintage Swiss Army watch that's no longer available, and by vintage I mean like 1990s vintage. So it's no longer in production. I had found a watch like this, and I had made a bracelet from it. If you go check out my websites, I have a couple places I'm online, and you'll see you'll probably see a picture of this either in the watch section or in the general, my general website. And basically what happened is the customer saw this watch and bracelet and wanted one exactly like that. Now the deal is that first watch band I made, well, it wasn't the first one, but the first one with that style, I had sold off a long time ago. So what I ended up doing was I actually searched around, found a dealer that had this listed as used. I think it's new, and I might go over that in just a second. But basically, listed as used. It's in excellent condition, and I ended up ordering that and making the whole piece for them. Got a new battery installed, the whole deal. So actually, let me go over why I think this watch was new. It came in this box, right? The Swiss Army box, standard box. It's still in the package. It had the clear sticker on the back battery part. I actually did take that off, but because I didn't want to get all wet and mushy if you got the bracelet wet. But it had a sticker on the back, and then these are the watch bands that were attached to it. Now, I've been playing with these because I've been making the video just off and on. But if you look at it, the watch band looks basically new. I mean, you can't even tell that it was worn, and I don't really think it was worn. I think this is actually basically a brand new watch. The battery was dead, of course, but that's to be expected from a 1990s watch. So yeah, that is why I think this watch was actually brand new, because just the condition of the watch. When someone wears a watch band, you end up getting a crease. Over time, you'll get a crease where the pin goes in, and then there's a bar, this crossbar goes over, and you don't see that on this watch band. But anyway, that's kind of why I think the watch is actually brand new. So yeah, it's a really cool watch. It's vintage, no longer available. It has some feature. It has a feature actually that I have seen maybe in one other Swiss Army watch, and that basically is this in-the-glow feature. It has a button right here on the side, and you don't see that very often. I mean, it's a Timex feature, but I think, like I said, I've seen this watch and like another model that has this feature. But it has really cool thick bezel that really pairs well with the thick leather bracelet. So yeah, I mean, this is a custom order I just completed. The leather bracelet, it's all handmade, hand dyed. All the rivets in my hand, and this is the watch I was able to find and order for the customer. And this strap is 1 inch. This is 4 to 5 ounce leather, it is a solid bracelet. It's not, you know, gonna go anywhere. Basically, this is the same bracelet, same design. The only difference is this: the customer already had a watch face. They wanted me to make the leather band for. They didn't mail it to me. Usually, what ends up happening is if someone requests something like this, I would prefer, and just to make it really custom fit, is to have the watch face so I can do the measurements that need to be done. And the two measurements for sure I need, of course, are the watch pins, and the next one is the pin to pin. So what that means is from this pin to this pin. And the reason for that is, some watch faces are smaller, some are even larger, and I need to know where that line is so I can basically know where to put this flap further out or closer in. So that gets a little tricky because when you measure this thing flat, it seems really close. When you start to bend it into a curve as it goes around your wrist, and you have to account a little bit for the watch pin, the watch pulling it up just a little bit. That can be a little bit tricky to do. So I really I like when I get the watch. I've actually had customers at fairs and craft shows give me their watch basically right off their wrist. So there's no issue with it. I'll mail it back. I don't need to steal your watch. But that is really the preferred method. But once again, if you're not comfortable with that, I can do this. It's just a little bit more tricky to do. And the fit may be a little bit looser, or I like to go looser, a little bit looser, just where the pins may go, right here, or tighter. But this one's gonna be pretty close because luckily the measurement for this watch was the same as this watch. So, but yeah, guys, this is a custom made watch bracelets, and I can do either or. If it is a watch you see on my website, or a watch that you're interested in me finding for you, I can do something like that and find you a watch and make you a bracelet for it. Or if you have a watch that is that you think would pair really well with this bracelet, I can also do that. If you mail me your watch or you give me the measurements, I can custom make a watch band for you. This is a brown, it's called Java brown. It has this really cool marbling effect, and the video camera is not picking it up exactly right. It seems really splotchy in the video, but when I look at it, it's a little bit smoother. The thing I want to mention is, this is 1.5 inches across, but the width can be adjusted. I have a couple different versions of this without the buckle, basically. I have a couple snaps or button studs. So check out my website. You can see a couple of different models of the watch I use, and also just different widths, different closures, that kind of stuff. What else? One other thing I wanted to point out is, when you use a standard watch band, and I do make these too, a standard watch band like this. One thing is, if you have a watch on you using a band like this, and they come in leather, they come in, rubber or whatever. If the pin on your watch breaks, this pin, for example, let's say it's being stressed, has a weak point, it breaks, and usually why it will break is when someone pulls this watch band around them, basically the watch and the pin is acting like a link. So over time the pin will wear out. But anyway, when it breaks, one side of the band is going to come loose, and basically it's going to unwrap from your wrist and fall to the ground. Now, if you have a vintage watch or just a watch that you got from a family or your parents or something that has a lot of meaning, or if it's just valuable, price-wise, really one of the key features of this design is twofold. First, it doesn't put the same amount of pressure on the pin. If you look at this, if I move this really, you can see it has a little bit of play right there, and that's for two reasons. One is you adjust this will pull tighter or looser, go out wider. So you need to have that play, but it doesn't put the same amount of pressure. And if for some reason the watch pin did break, from right here, what would happen is the pin would break off, the watch would flap forward, and then this would catch it. And obviously this would still be wrapped around your wrist. So the watch will just flap, to the other side. So this provides a little bit of extra safety. So if you have a really nice watch that's expensive or just sentimental value, one of the cool features about this kind of design is it really prevents your watch from falling off your wrist, as opposed to this design. Anyway, I'll provide a link to my website. Go check out. I have a watch band section. I have these designs there. I have a couple different other designs. These look really cool on some vintage watches, and by vintage I mean this is vintage, but like 1990s vintage. But I have some on my website from 1960s, 1970s that look really cool when you pair it with this brown leather. I have some vintage watches pictures with like a gold vintage watch, and it looks really nice on this brown leather. I can do any color basically. This is a brown. I can do black, mahogany. Within reason. I probably can't do like hot pink or something. Well, maybe, but within reason, you can see the main colors I carry on my website. And there's an email there to contact me, and I believe I have a business phone number on there too, so you can leave me a message. Anyway, guys, if you have any questions, comments, message me, email me, call me. I love doing custom orders, and I'll come up with something new too. If you have a new design, a new idea that you want me to create for you, I can do that too. Alright guys, you take care. Bye.